Welcome again. This is episode 17, and this time I wanted to make something out of paper clay. So, first, I wanted to show you how to make paper clay the cheap and lazy way. I made this a few times and it's fine for my work, but if you like smoother surfaces, you should make it from a toilet paper, not egg boxes. So I shredded egg cardboard boxes, soaked them in boiling water, and left to cool down. Then I've blended it for a few minutes and checked if there are any big chunks left. Blended a bit longer and then poured into a strainer and squeezed the water out. Next, I've added the whole bottle of tacky glue and some plaster or whatever this is called. This is white wool finish for plasterboards. In Poland, you can get this ready to use one or dry powder, and if you have dry one, you should make a paste before making paper clay. And if you have this ready to use one, you might want to wear gloves or use only tools to make your sculptures, because this plaster in a bucket contains some preservatives that may cause some itch to your hands. So paper clay or paste is finished. Time for my project. I've stored this teapot for a long time. It's metal, nasty, dirty, and I'm not planning to make any tea in it, but I think that this will be perfect for a creepy plant. And there is one on my to-do list. Let's make a plan. So, in this pot, I would like to make a zombie hand reaching from under the ground. Those zombie hands in pots make no sense because no zombie would fit in a pot. But I love all creepy plants, and this one is one of the most common to see, so I have to make one for myself. First, I have to fill this pot with something cheap and removable because I have a feeling that I will destroy this one day and make other project. I am filling this with aluminum foil and covering with air drying clay to make the surface more sturdy, strong enough to hold the hand in place. Left the pot to dry and I made a hand out of wire. I tried to make a hand that is the size of my own, but it came out bigger, but it's fine. To make it more dimensional, I am covering the palm and fingers with aluminum foil, but it has to be smaller than the final look because there will be at least 3 layers of paper clay. Before making first layer of paper clay, I glued one layer of paper towels just for a better grip. After every layer, I am putting my hand into a fruit or mushroom dryer because paper clay dries for ages and it doesn't crack if you speed this process. And when the layers are thin, it dries in an hour or two. So I am making thin layers with this spatula. I am smoothing this a bit, but I don't need this sculpture to be smooth like skin because this is zombie hand and zombies are not smooth, especially zombies from underground where they are decomposing and mixing with dirt. Co mam z tym zrobić? Co jeszcze? Tutaj? I made one base layer, second layer with a bit of details, and third layer with finished details. When it dries, there is no coming back. I made places for fingernails and some ripped skin to show some flesh underneath. And last thing to do with clay was making wrist part, and when this was done and dry, I went outside to give it a bit of sanding. Time for painting! And I hate painting. I wanted this to look like cartoon zombie reaching from the grave, and in cartoons they are sometimes green. And green would be perfect for this to stand among my real plants on a windowsill, so I made it pale pink, almost grey, then some bloody red, and then gave it a green dry brush. And with every second I hated it more. I hated it so much that I wanted to throw it out or burn, but I thought maybe some dirtifying would help, and it didn't. So I went for mushroom hunting with my daughter to stress out.
by the hand, welcome me home to my dear old Dixieland. Pine trees sigh and cry for me, old folks that would die for me. Guess I'll start to tote my little grave.
I came back with more hope, changed the color back to pale pink. One layer, boom! And second layer, boom! See, I can do magic pretty well because I am learning all the time. I gave up green, fixed the red places, sprinkled some blood, and add blue veins that are barely visible for you and not visible at all at the end. Then I dirtified it again because dirt is my favorite color and made fingers darker. Now I'm making fingernails with some thick paper. My light don't like me doing this. Look. Stupid lamp. Okay, so we have fingernails glued to the fingers. I will paint them black. As it's supposed to be a hand plant, I'm covering some surface with this flocking or whatever this is called, and some birch seeds that I've collected this year. For the finished touch, I gave a glossy varnish to the fingernails and places where the flesh is showing. If you like crafting content like this, please subscribe, it's free, and as we all know, free is a fair price. Off camera, I've painted the dry clay brown, but this will not be visible. And I have those curly threads that are supposed to mimic moss. I will put it into the pot so it would actually look like moss around the wrist. And it came to my mind that I have a box full of spare mushrooms from other projects. Those orange ones will be perfect, so I added them as well. And this is the finished look. What do you think? Let's take a closer look at the reveal.